The other day on Instagram, some dude asked me why. Why would I travel around the world on a bicycle? And I was stumped. I didn't know how to respond. Because I can't imagine anyone not wanting to. Why would you not want to see the world? Why would you not want to experience as much as possible of this flying rock that we're all on before you croak? Why am I asking a camera? Hello everybody, now you're here, you may as well hit this convenient and completely free subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of you. I enjoy making these videos, and without subscribers there won't be much point, would there? So welcome to another episode of whatever it is we're doing here. Life lessons I've learned from a year and a half I've spent touring. I don't think it's any secret that we grow in perspective the closer we live to nature. Humans have created an artificial environment we haven't had time to evolve into. It's a weird thing, civilization. We didn't morph and adapt and grow throughout the ages to sit at desks and stare at computers. We didn't evolve to drive or be driven around in cars and be shipped nutritional slop from a food factory. If we do ever evolve into this sedentary lifestyle, we'll be nothing but some gelatinous blob in a bucket with an iPhone implant and a lid. The best way, I think, to really grow as a person is to step away from the sterile artifice of towns and cities and to stride out into the mountains and the forests and the deserts. Learn how to make a fire, learn how to cook, source water, and sleep in a shelter you either create or carry with you. You get in touch with what it means to be a human, or what it is meant to be a human for the last 3 million years. You start to figure out this last few thousand years of farming is just a blip on the human history oscilloscope and what he was playing at this agriculture malarkey. People get very curious about their domesticated, civilized ancestry, but not the vastly more psychologically influential wild ancestry that preceded it. I'm not giving you the evil eye. That is the evil eye, right? I don't even know. I better look it up. Hang on a minute. Holy crap, what is wrong with you people? What a rabbit hole I just went down. I just read a WikiHow page on how to cast the spell evil eye. And I found and it wasn't just one page, there was a load of them. There was other pages, other self-help page, giving you instructions on how to negate the evil eye. I just uncovered an entire world I didn't know existed. I'm not, seriously, these people were being serious. They weren't being ironic or making a joke. There were even people doing YouTube instructionals of how to cast the Italian version of the spell. Sort yourselves out, people. Jesus Christ. I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable. And this finger thing has nothing to do with it, by the way. I don't know where I got this from. So now we know. Usually the acquisition of knowledge fills me with joy, but this just makes me want to slap parents. So anyway, people will search out information on their immediate ancestry as if it will garner some insight into themselves, some sense of identity they felt they were lacking. But all they're really doing is scratching the gossamer-thin civilized veneer sitting atop millions of years of nomadic hunting and gathering. Living nomadically gets in touch with what it actually means to be a human. You start to figure out how clever you are, how inventive, and at the same time, stupid. You realise you're very dexterous, yet inept. You're both strong and weak. You find out who you are. You find out who we are, which is a self-help industry cliche, because it is an industry, but it is true. When you're bicycle touring or hiking, you move with the contours of the landscape, not battling the world, but flowing with it. It's a really beautiful thing to experience, but it takes a little getting used to. It's difficult in the beginning for the first few weeks because you're a weak bitch. You long for the comfort of your favourite armchair, or making a cup of tea with a flick of a switch, or curling up in a soft bed, and running water. What a marvellous thing running water is, piped into your house. But these are the things that make us weak. And as you travel, your comfort threshold diminishes. Your body becomes calloused to the workload. You begin to get comfortable with discomfort, so it stops being something you think about. A hot cup of coffee is no longer a daily requirement, but a luxury you cherish. Because you scavenged the wood that built the fire that boiled the water. You fetched and filtered the water yourself from the stream. You learned that to be warm and dry is not something to expect. So when it does happen, it's an almost religious experience. You start to value things differently, and your priorities simplify. You become a better person. And you start to see the beauty of the world. Not just majestic mountains, wooded valleys or golden beaches, but beauty in everything. In the smallest blade of grass and the simplest kindness, to the unimaginable cosmic grandeur of the night sky. You learn how massive the world is, and also how tiny. You learn that countries are silly, childish, divisive things, made by small-minded men. But countries aren't even things, they're just ideas, borders drawn on maps by politicians, in pencil. So what actually does matter? You matter, people matter, and the only thing that defines you is how you treat other people. The only thing. We're social animals, and this idea of wealth and political hierarchy are new things to human society. Think about it. What's the most valuable thing to you? I know without asking, it's not your house or your car or your big screen TV. It's the locket your mother gave you, or your kid's first pair of shoes. These are the tokens of communal memory, not fiscal success. All these trappings of wealth are nice to have, but mean very little. And by virtue of this broadening of perspective, you become a nicer person. I used to be a bit of a dick, or so I've been told. I probably still am. But I've become aware of my ego, and that it needs to be managed. The ego is the root of your drive and determination. So you don't want to squash it entirely, but you do want to make sure it only manifests appropriately. It's your ego that gets you to the top of the mountain. But it's also the ego behind envy. I guess the most valuable thing you learn is the things you thought were important are no longer worth your time. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, you can hit this button. Boop! Doesn't cost you a penny. And if you hit the notification button too, the one that's shaped like a bell down here somewhere, you'll get notified every time I upload. Thanks again, folks, and I'll see you soon.